Okay, welcome. We are going to come in and form a half circle over here facing this little tent. And we're going to have a little introduction. And then we'll proceed. Turn your pony's face in, let them eat grass, whatever. Just don't get anyone hurt. Look good, good group of ponies today. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay. Hi, for those who don't know, this is Tracy Brooks here in the purple, and I'm Carlton Brooks. And what we're going to do today is just have a little review of what to do with a model. Has anyone ever thought why we have a model? Besides to get points? It's a presentation class. How you present your pony in the model also carries over to how the judge views you the rest of the horse show, and the next horse show, and the next horse show. So it's very important to have an idea of what you're doing, how you do it, and why. So a few things you need to understand is, when you line your ponies up, you need to separate them so the judge can walk between them, have a nice look. You don't want to be afraid of the judge. He's your friend. You want to make sure that you only show your pony to its best of its ability when the judge is actually going to look at your pony. If you try to stand your pony up the whole class, you're going to wear yourself out and then you won't have a good result. Like this is a large group of 25 or so ponies. If you try to show your pony the whole time, you know they're going to get bored. How many have practiced the model before today? Raise your hand. It's a class. How many of you practice jumping before you come to the horse show? Right. Why haven't you practiced the model? The model's the first class. So you just skip the model? It's as important. It's 1 out of 5 or 6, right? Well, how many of you practiced just now? So your pony's over it already because you didn't do your homework before you came. Preparation, you teach a horse how to model weeks before you come to compete. Not the day of, not the week of, because you want them sharp, fresh, ready to go. You don't train your pony the day before the horse show. Why would you teach him how to do the model then? It takes days and weeks to do it. You have to prepare in advance. A model class originally started when people were breeders and their friends all bred horses and they wanted to say who had the best looking horse. When we only competed once or twice a week over jumps. So it had a little more precedence, but it makes a difference, just like the under saddle does. So think about that for a minute. How you present yourself when you walk back in the ring to jump, the judge will go, oh, that's a kid that was all sloppy and didn't have her pony taken care of right or wasn't prepared. She's obviously not going to be prepared to jump. That's already a strike against you. When you show, you want to have everything in your favor from the start. So form creates function in the pony's conformation. No horse is perfect. There is an ideal we all work with, but the ideal varies from judge to judge. What you want to make sure you do as we start to line up, your pony needs to stand flat-footed on all fours, ideally close to equal in front, and split behind, meaning he stepped like this behind. Now it's very important if your pony stands like this, or stands like this, or stands like this. Just like you've been taught to have your shoulders up tall, look straight ahead, Your ponies are supposed to do the same thing. Here's what we're going to do so y'all know. We're going to lead 5 out in a line. Tracy and I are going to observe them, look at them, and then we're going to openly discuss how they could be better prepared, what you could do, and what you can do by tomorrow, now that you do have to do a crash course. Also, I have a question for everyone. Does anyone know what happens if in the model your pony gets loose? Besides, you need to catch it. Anyone? Are you eliminated if your pony gets loose? Anyone know? In the pony hunters, if your pony is loose in the model, you are eliminated from that class. So, who has an unruly pony out here? All right. Does the pony try to run away? How many ponies try to rip the reins out of your hands? If you were really clever, you'd tie a little knot right by the buckle, so as that pony rips those reins out of your hands, your hand hits the knot and they can't get away. How many times when a pony tries to run away from you, you guys pull back against them right away? Yeah. How about you go with them a couple steps and then just slow down and maybe they'll not pull back and get loose and then you're not eliminated. What do you think? Good idea?
Yeah.
Good idea? Huh. Tracy told me that one. Alrighty. So we're going to line up 5. This will go quicker as we go, but the first 5 will be the longest. I want you to understand something. If there's this many in a model class, say we're at Devon or indoors, you're going to be out here for an hour. So you need to know that your pony's disciplined. Doesn't have to stay at attention all the time, but you need to be ready when your turn's on. Okay? All right, here come 5. So we're going to observe these 5 and have a little look at them, talk about them. And then we're going to practice the walk and the trot, because the walk and the trot are very important as part of your model class. Form to function. If they walk like a duck, they're going to stand like a duck. You want them true and square. Square means their front feet are facing the same direction, their hind feet are facing the same direction, and their legs are equally apart, front and back. Meaning the 2 hind legs are the same distance apart as the front ones. So we've got 5. We've got a black, a gray, roan, a gray, and a chestnut. Okay, now think. This is an outfitting class, so the look of the presentation, the bridle, if everything's shined or dirty, it's not just painting the feet. And the least of things is having the ears forward. You only need to try to get the ears forward if your horse's expression or your pony's expression will impress the judge. So we've got 5, and I'm walking down the line. I've got a chestnut. And how you stand with your pony makes a difference, by the way. So if you stand on top of them, the pony's going to tighten his shoulders and not want to show himself. If you stand away from him, so you have to train your pony to stay away. Here we go. This one's pretty good about staying away. All right. So we're going to start looking at these 5 ponies. And the judge will wait. If your pony's not standing up, the judge is patient. It's not a race. We'll watch this pony, and he'll just stand back. And as I judge, I always stand back and look at the whole group. I don't just walk up and look at them, because you're just finding negatives. I want to find the positives in all the ponies. Most judges you'll find don't fault your animal. They try to find the positives in it. So we've got a black one here. Nice coat. Little unruly. I'm sure she'll get it trained by tomorrow. Detail for a model horse is extremely important. Rough feet, untrimmed, razor marks on the clip job, dull coat. Not impressed. Some judges that do a lot of model classes have a specific way of looking at each horse. I usually start on the one side. I always look at the head. I want a regal head. I would like a horse that has clean legs. That doesn't mean he doesn't have a little blemish, but it's been minimized, made as less as possible. Okay? So, you're all right. You're fine. So this pony here, he's got a metal bracket on his bridle, distracting. Always distracting. Could have a little better keeper organization here. We're doing a pretty good job here, huh? All right, noseband could fit better. Throat latch could be adjusted. Would want to get the legs a little tighter. Pretty good, pretty good. Now, you look at this pony, she has his head so low, he's leaning over himself. You want to have him raise his pole up. Everybody know where the pole is? Oh, right here. And then tip his nose out, but it's training to tip his nose out. And then let him drop down a little bit. Very important. We've got the gray one. We need to get rid of the clipper marks, but we're pretty good. Bridle is filthy. No, not getting a ribbon. Okay, and then we've got this one. She's doing a good job standing him. He's too spread out. He looks like a pup tent. So you'd want his hind legs back up underneath him. And you would want him to stand split in front like this. Slightly, one hoof behind the other. He would show himself much better. But you're all going to turn to the right, walk toward me, jog, and it should be a prompt forward jog and a prompt walk. They emulate you, they copy you. So if you're shy and dragging your feet, okay, trot, one at a time. Come on, more trot, more trot, more trot. There we go. Whoa, slow down, Alicia. Come on, more trot. Come on, go, go. You need to learn how to trot. Come on. There we go. This is also a soundness check. Okay, and no one says you have to jog your pony from the left side. There's a lot of horses I model, I jog them from the right side. I want that, very good. All right, walking, walk. One, you need to follow instructions. Come on. I wouldn't hold both reins. There you go. There you go. Good. Let's line back up. Walk like you own the ring. You're out here. You're number one. Every one of you need to act like you're number one. There's no number two in a model class. Number one. Walk with purpose. Your trot needs to trot with purpose. All right. She's all right. She's all right. All right. Pretty good. Pretty good. Now here comes the judge. He's going to give you a chance again because he's going to now observe him for a second time. And then from there, he normally would move him on the line. I hope you know your number so when he calls it out, you know who's who. All right. Now you need to learn a few tricks, girls that are in the line over there talking. Because if your pony lines up with his legs too far apart, you need to practice getting them closer together. If he lines up with his legs too close together, you need to know how with very little movement to separate them. Alrighty, so this pony has a beautiful coat, but look at his bridle's falling apart. This one needs a little tack adjustment, but not bad. This one's pretty good. Pretty good, the bit's dirty. A lot of brass on these ponies distracts from the actual conformation. This one's noseman, nah, we don't even want to talk about it. And this one pretty good. Now this one here is an example of how you adjust the throat latch to change the whole look and distract from its faults. Every horse has faults. But instead I look at the noseband and the throat latch, and I start looking. You can face that way too, by the way. No judge will really fight you for facing the wrong way if your pony doesn't want to stand. All right, Alicia, let's move on. Good job, girls. Walk with purpose. I'm already judging you. I was judging you before you came in the ring. I judged you when you were at the coffee stand this morning. Believe it or not, subconscious, but we do. Now, with your trainer, you need to find what the flaws are with your horse and what the positives are, and be able to learn how to cover up the flaws and show off the positives. Outfitting or detail in your bridle. Did you sand their hooves? Or are they all flaky and rough? Is the pony trimmed? Or did we miss a spot? How long is the pony's neck? Did we braid it to make the neck look longer? You never can have too long a neck. You can never have too typey of a head. Right. There you go. I'm not a big one to show them in the model in a rubber snaffle. I think that's just laziness. We have special bridles made just for models. Everyone can't do that, but we do. Anything we can do to present our horses better. You don't have to have the most beautiful tail, but you do need to have it brushed, clean, your tack clean. You have him standing over himself, so you'd want to. Now stand him up, but lift his head up when you walk him up. Lift his head up. No, lift his head up, walk up a step. Lift it up, lift it up. There. One more step. Now let him stand for a minute, then let him stretch out. You just changed your pony's whole front end to a benefit. All right, so that's good, Tracy. Really good. Now this horse has a thick throat latch. How do we make it look thinner? By the braid job. If they braid it correctly, you can make that neck look longer and a thinner throat latch. This pony's pretty good. You want to always stretch his head and neck out. Have him pay attention. I don't think he's well rehearsed. He will be by Saturday, trust me. All right, this one's pretty good, but we're just kind of hanging out, literally and figuratively. We want to make him raise up, be strong, and this pony, maybe this is the weight he goes best at, but I would try to have more weight on him. And you always want their back to come up here. If they're hanging out, they're going to lower their back, low back, form to function. They're going to jump, rubbing the belly on the poles. All right, this one's pretty darn good. I give her a lot of credit. Myself, I'd like to see him stand a little wider in front. And how she placed him, she could have had both feet actually facing directly in the same direction. But we're close. All right, we have a little blemish here, so if you're smart, and this might be too much, you try to hide that. If you stood this pony a little bit this way, this blemish might disappear. Here you're saying, hey, look at it, look at it, look at it. All right, let's walk down, Alicia. Now, soundness is definitely important. They have to be symmetrical at the trot. Couple lame steps, you're out. Couple odd steps because it doesn't want to trot, you're going to the back of the line. See, we're pulling on this pony. You want to have it when you suggest it trots, it trots. Good mover. All right. Now this pony, I might practice jogging from the other side for a while. Then he might trot with his body straighter when I do jogging from this side. I'm sure all of you walk both directions every day. You don't just turn left all the time. Well, maybe you do, but all right, good job. Here comes the judge. He's going to now move them in order. So you have a minute to set them back up. It's not a race. It's he who does it the best, not the who does it the fastest. You all right, Judge? All right, good job. Next group. All right, so the judge walks up and down while you're setting them up. He just gets a general view of which pony is which. Now remember, you want to try to show off the good parts of your pony and try to make minimum the weak parts. It's your job on your own to learn what good conformation is. How you present them is a different story. All right, Tracy's walking up and down giving you all little pointers. All right, here we go.
There you go. Now just move. Yeah. That's better. That's better. We don't want her to be
Here comes the judge. Don't worry. Just take your time. You never want your pony leaning over their front legs. That's a cardinal sin. They already have 64% of their weight on their front legs. If they're leaning over, they're about to fall down. If anything, you might want to back your pony up a step or two so he's not leaning over his front end. There you go. Just by pushing on him there, he already stood up better. There you go. Now lift his head up when you do it. If you back up lifting your head up, are you going to stand up straighter?
Yeah.
Well, your pony probably do the same thing. All right.
That's good, Harold.
You need to stand away from your pony a little bit. All right, this chestnut's pretty good, but you see his hind legs? They're behind him. If she practiced and trained him to bring this hind leg up in front of the white one, she'd have it. She'd be on it. This one's long, completely long, so you need to teach him and practice to package him. Package him the best you can. Shiny coat, clean legs. There you go, but you still have this hind leg. Why don't you walk a little circle, and now listen to me, angle this way when you come back to the line. When you have a horse that won't stand upright, if you just walk them, maybe turn them right to circle them, but just angle them a little bit, you might find between the ground and where they're looking, they'll stand totally different. That's what you practice at home, over and over again. There you go, one more step. Lift his head up when you stop him. Lift him up, lift him up. Walk forward a step. One hand on one rein will work better. Might be the right rein though. Now lift his head up when you stop him though, so he's leaning over his front end again. Tracy will help you for a minute. All right, pretty good here. I like this. I don't mind the legs in front like this. I like the hind leg, although the back hind leg should be what we call a plumb line, straight down from the gasket. If you look at this one, it's a little behind. This leg's closer to the plumb line. If they stand with their hind end up underneath them, they're going to pick their back up. It's very important that they have a back up because you want them to jump around the jump So you want their back round every day, all day. If you let them lower their back, that's how they're going to go when they get a little fatigued or tired. We practice with our model horses constantly. At home, we teach them how to walk. Every time the men walk them, we walk them with purpose. We never ever let them hang out unless they're turned out. Shiloh, walk up one step and get the back hind leg in front of the other hind leg. But lift their heads up. When you walk them up, pick their head up a little bit. And then once they're standing correctly, you can let them stretch their head and neck out. That's one of the keys to modeling your horse and presenting them so they have a little more elegant look. Just like riding, the hind end creates the front end. If you don't pay attention to the hind end, you've got nothing. All right, let's walk these down, jog them back with purpose. The judge might walk out here like this and then step away. Keep going. Come on, come on, come on. You're not done till you're done. All right, you didn't take the time to walk. With purpose, with purpose, with purpose. March at the walk. You march at the walk. One hand up. There you go. There you go. Come on. Go for it. Good girl. Don't trip. Don't trip. Don't trip. Good, Charlie. All right. I think everybody's starting to get the hang of it. The thing that everybody's missing is that when you walk them to stand them, you want them to step up with their hind legs, and then you can make subtle adjustments to get the front legs correctly. Most of you, when I judge a pony model, only notice from where the girth goes forward. There is another half of the horse. Oh, one other thing. Your pony shouldn't move away from the judge. He should be trained to stand there when the judge walks up. He should be trained to stand there when he walks behind them. He shouldn't kick the judge if the judge takes his clipboard and flicks his tail away to have a better look at the hind legs.
Good job.
Wow.
Nice one.
Okay, you here would want ideally to bring the hind legs up underneath them. Now the judge is going to go down and come back, so you have time to adjust it. Very good. You can't hold that forever. Just know I'm going to come back, so you might want to relax in between.
Holt Merlin in his own picture, so go that way a little. There you go. And face him a little like this.
Nice bridle. All right, this one's leaning all over the bridle. You might want to change it just for that reason. All right, good with the hind end. Now you see this front end, it looks a little light, right?
Yeah.
So you want to have them stand and distract from that. Okay? All right. And this pony looks like an old trooper. So we're going to show off his good things. Well turned out. Very well turned out. All right, you guys are getting the hang of this really quick. I like it. Here, stand it that way so you don't see the bump on the tendon.
Okay.
Not this way, because then they're pointing it out.
Okay.
This way, they're going to not look at it as much.
Okay.
Okay? Take care of that. All right, I like this group. Everybody's catching a hold. This pony's too long. Looks like we're going to all have dinner on his back. Need to push him together a little more. All right, this one ideally you would have him bring his hind legs together. All right? You got the right idea. And with this one, you need to make sure, I would put this foot forward now from this side. Right front, put his hind legs, he looks like he's ready to throw a free throw. All right? All right, and this is good here. Okay, let's do the walk and the trot. Not dragging them. When you drag them at the walk, they're not going to show themselves. Over there, don't hit me. Okay, little more. Not, there you go. Almost too fast, actually. This pony needs how to step away. You know better than that. Looser feel, looser feel. That's it, tip his nose away from you. To show your pony's movement at the walk and the trot, you need to be able to have an eye in the back of your head and feel that their nose is directly between their shoulders. If you tip their nose one way, they're going to trot funny. That's why you teach them from both sides. Then you have to learn and feel it. You can't look. All right, now judge is going to give you a minute to line back up, and he's talking to the other judge, and he goes, what about that chestnut one there? Yeah, well, I like that one. Well, I like that one. Well, how are we going to decide? I go with form and function. I go with which one I want to ride. I go with which one had the biggest step at the trot. I go with which one, when you went from the walk to the trot, pushed off into the trot and didn't have to be drug. Because when that line gets a little long and you had to drag them with the hind end, yeah, not going to be so good. And you'll be amazed, if you teach your pony how to model better, they'll actually perform better. We're living proof here. Every horse in our stable knows how to model. Every single horse. They know how to walk off. They know how to trot off. Every single horse. Guarantee you, day one when they arrive, they start their education. Too spread out, Mace, for tomorrow. Too spread out. All right, now this one here wasn't like a table. Finally, he stood up better. This one's good, little narrow, not bad. I know the judges aren't listening, so we're okay. All right? You're doing okay here. I don't like the way you got him fading. You're fading on me. You got to find something in yourself to do this. Look at this. Look at this. Just by this, walk up a step. Oh. Not so much there. Now, just step away and let him put his nose out. You draw his nose to you. There you go, not too low. Yeah, just by raising your hand when you're drawing their nose, you can lift their balance up or drop it. All right, here we go. Everybody paying attention? Here comes the judge. First look, first impression. First impression. Don't look unhappy. Look happy. Your pony could be standing like a rat, but you got to make it look good. Not bad. You're a little on top of it. Head too low. Yep. He should stay focused on his handler. That's you. Not bad. Somebody's been listening. Very good job here. A little more oomph. Okay? I know it's already shown today, but tomorrow a little more oomph. All right?
Once in a while we take a cotton out if we know they're going to be a little sleepy.
There we go. Not bad. Good. Need a little longer neck. Practice it. All right. Actually, the way you're standing, it shows it off to the best it can be. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, we want to work on this one's coat a little bit, huh? Looks like it's shedding. All right. Okay. Throat latch is too loose. Okay. To make your pony look good, it'll be here. All right? All right. How you doing? Good?
Yeah.
The judge talks to you. Make sure you talk back to him. Not talk back to him, but speak to him. All right. Very good job there. Pretty good. Everybody's been listening. I like it. I like it. Pretty good. So the neck ideally should show off as the longest. The middle of their body should be the second longest, and their hind end should be a little smaller. It's not three equal proportions. All right, now everybody's starting to stand their horses up square with their legs a little better. The second pony has moved apart now. He's standing a little wide. Not bad. Head up on the gray. Head up. Lift the head up. All right. Now I'm going to tell you a little secret. When you go to walk and trot, walk farther away from the judge because you can't see what the horse really does in front, and then walk a wide half turn to trot back. Big half circle. Walk with purpose. I call it a march. Trot promptly from the first step. From the first step. If you wait and then they start to trot, you're not going to trot promptly. When you take that first trot step, they should be following. There you go. Train that one. Good. Watch his head. Watch his head. Not near me. Go the other way. Come on. Eyes up. Good. Now, whether you realize it or not, I'm watching every horse walk around that turn and come toward me, even though I'm watching the one in front of me jog. All right, now we're going to line them up one more time. How you outfit, how you present your pony, your equipment. If your boots aren't clean, excuse me if you have filthy boots, by the way. Yeah, distracts from the whole thing. If your legging straps aren't clean, it's part of the presentation. If your hat's not clean, if your hair's not done right, makes a difference. It's the overall picture is the first impression. The overall picture is the first impression. And manners. If you notice in all the hunter divisions, one of the things in the rule book, if you have read it or not, is manners. Your pony's manners, your manners. Manners. You're still showing your pony. Look how many have lost their attention. It's only been 30 minutes. We go to a major big horse show somewhere else, you're going to have 30 in one class. They better pay attention. All right, wow. Great job. Very, very good. Why don't you all go turn your ponies back to the barn, and if you have any questions, I'll be here for a few minutes and I can answer them afterwards. Very good job. You're dismissed. Come play games, get snacks. It's not over. Just send the ponies back.